The banana's original migration from Asia to Africa, and finally to our breakfast tables, is a tangle of the known and unknown, as is the fruit's evolution over millennia, from a handful of jungle species to a complex farmed plant with a unique reproductive system. The bananas we eat today never reproduce on their own. They must have human assistance. Bananas were one of the earliest plants to be cultivated by humans. They were first farmed more than 7,000 years ago, and they remain one of the most important. They are the world's largest fruit crop, and the fourth largest product grown overall, after wheat, rice, and corn. The banana's past is also rich with historical significance. At the end of the 19th century, a few rugged and ruthless entrepreneurs built a market for a product most Americans had never heard of. The fruit proved to be a commercial miracle. Within 20 years, bananas had surpassed apples to become America's best seller, despite the fact that the banana is a tropical product that rots easily and needs to be shipped up to thousands of miles, while apples grow within a few hours of most U.S. cities. The companies that are the direct ancestors of today's Chiquita and Dole, founded by those early banana barons, had to invent ways to bring bananas out of dense jungle and to control and delay ripening throughout the fruit's long distribution chain, all the way to local markets. The companies cleared rainforests, laid railroad track, and built entire cities. They invented not just radio networks, but entire technologies, some still in use today, to allow communication between plantations and cargo vessels approaching port. Banana fleets were the first vessels with built-in refrigeration, and banana companies the first to use controlled atmospheres and piped-in chemicals to delay ripening. None of these innovations, now in wide use, existed before bananas. There was no such thing as a fruit industry. Apples and oranges and cherries and grapes were supplied by small farms and regional distributors. Everywhere bananas have appeared, they've changed the cultures that embrace them. In the most ancient translations of the Bible, the apple consumed by Eve in the Garden of Eden is the more suggestive banana. In the African nations surrounding Lake Victoria, the word for food, translated from Swahili, is also the word for banana. In Central America, bananas built and toppled nations. A struggle to control the banana crop led to the overthrow of Guatemala's first democratically elected government in the 1950s, which in turn gave birth to the Mayan genocide of the 1980s. In the 1960s, banana companies, trying to regain plantations nationalized by Fidel Castro, allowed the CIA to use their freighters as part of the failed Bay of Pigs invasion of Cuba. Over and over again, the banana is linked with triumph and tragedy. Banana workers in Honduras wrote epic novels, poems, and songs about the difficult conditions they worked under. Eli Black, the chairman of Chiquita, threw himself out the window of a Manhattan skyscraper in 1974 after his company's political machinations were exposed. The term Banana Republic reflects the excess of influence banana producers wielded throughout the 20th century. The banana that is dying, the Cavendish, is the most popular single variety of fruit in the world. It is the one that you, and nearly everyone you know, eats today. But, as I first learned through my research for popular science, it's not the fruit your grandparents enjoyed. That banana was called the Gros Michel, which translates as Big Mike. By all accounts, Big Mike was a more spectacular banana than our Cavendish. It was larger, with a thicker skin, a creamier texture, and a more intense, fruity taste. It was the original banana that arrived at American tables, and from the late 19th century until after World War II, it was the only banana Americans bought, ate, or thought of. But the Gros Michel disappeared. A disease began to ravage banana crops not long after the first banana trees were planted in Central America. The malady was discovered in Panama and named after that country. Panama disease, actually a fungus, is particularly virulent. It is transmitted through soil and water.